Hey everybody, this is Jared with Beloved Robot, and I wanted to give you a quick overview of our Crew app. So that consists of the mobile app I'm about to show you here and also a web backend. So let's get started here on this Acme job. Come into this job and this shows a list of the days that you've worked on this job. So whether your day spans a single day or multiple days, the app is capable of handling that for you. So here is the job that we have going on today, and here's the crew that I have working today. You have the ability to come in here and manage your job, so you can come in and you can take guys off the job, or you can use this up here to add different crew members. But first things first, let's go and clock everybody in. So you have the option here to clock in people one by one, or you can punch in the whole crew if everybody's starting at the same time. So let's go ahead and get everybody punched in. And then from here, you go back to the home screen, and as you're working throughout the day, there are important things that you want to keep track of. So a common thing is notes, and we really want to make this super easy for the foreman to come in and be able to add notes quickly and easily and get out without having all that piling up at the end of the day where he has to do a bunch of data entry. So we have two different types here. We have an internal note. So these are notes that are only internally visible to your company, and these are job notes. These are the ones that will show up on your customer's report. So let's add a job note, that just internal note that says we were late getting started today. The truck got stuck in the mud. We'll create that note. From there, let's take some photos to show kind of the work that your crew's doing today. So we'll go to the camera roll, or you can use the camera. And yeah, there's a good picture of the guys up working. And we'll add that photo. And then your photos show up there. And then from there, you can very quickly add more photos throughout the day. Again, we want to make this really easy for them to be able to get in and get out and get the work done very easily. We also do expense tracking. So as they're out doing their work during the day, they go and get fuel for their truck, $250, fuel. We can add that expense, and then it keeps tracks of all that information. For some crews, they require a per diem, so these guys get a per diem each day. Let's issue them a $20 per diem. It automatically keeps track of all that and totals up those expenses as you go. So as you can see, this is kind of like your home where all that information lives throughout the day. So as you're adding the expenses, they're showing up here. As you're adding photos, as you're adding notes, they're all coming in to this one screen where everything lives. There are also a lot of other different modules that we can add to this depending on what your specific workflow is. So for this customer specifically, they do a lot of change orders. So make it really easy for them to come in and add a change order where they put in a description of work, needed to work on more stuff, very technical. And they can add in how many technician hours they had, how many foreman hours they had, and then usually they're standing right there with a customer or need to get customer's approval. So you click create and sign, and then you're able to hand this off to the customer for him to see what you're going to do, how many hours it's going to take, and then he can very easily sign off on that change order. And then we give them the option for him to email that change order to himself so he can keep track of that for his own records. Okay, so once they're kind of done for the day, we'll go out and we'll punch out everybody, make sure they got all their time done. And from there, you can scroll down and complete your day. So once they're finished for the day, they're able to see all this information. They click complete day, and then that day on the job is complete. And from there, they're given the option to finish the job. And the finish the job flow is very similar to the change order flow, where there's a few things that we ask the customer whether they like to do a walkthrough or not, and then they sign off. And the job is complete. You'll see that status update here on the home screen. So that is a quick overview of the Work Crew app. admin dashboard side of the Crew app. So you have a dashboard here that shows you some metrics and some KPIs depending on what you want to measure. So here's a good example of what these guys have. There's a way to switch through different time periods and filter the data. And then also you have a schedule view where you can see basically what every crew's working on by day or by week in different time spans. So yeah, that's just a quick overview of what we have on the dashboard side of things.